Random gnome. That's who I expected.
Pleased to meet you.
Mithril Mechanical Dragonling. 5 to 3 per minute, requires an hour to cool down before it can be used again. Oh, it's a trinket. And requires inlaid two inlaid mithril cylinders.
Alrighty then.
I'm really not used fully to the whole classic thing. It's been so long since I've had to deal with, not being able to impromptu group with people without grouping. Like you're like, hey, enemy, attack, and you just like rabid adventurers descend upon them, and you don't need a group. It's been like that since friggin' WoD. I want to say like maybe half my friggin' playtime here in WoW has been like that. So, making mistakes. There's a quest for Sunken Temple down there. See below 23. Quest for Sunken Temple there. Purifying power. That's the thing I was noting before, but Hammer Rat is probably a better one. Improve Sanctuary. You have to Wild Gods. You have to go to Blackrock Depths, Maradon, and Zul'Farrak. Oh, improves Hammer Rat. So that's what I have to do to get it. Alright. Not. Oh, there's Mithril maybe over here? Two? Two. Wait. Oh, yeah, this is just Mithril. I'm just seeing more of the model. Yeah, I just want to get your ore. Oh, you can gain rep with the wild hammers just by killing the local trolls. Maybe also turning in these troll tribal necklaces. But is there much reward for getting friendly with the wild hammers? Like, it's a faction to grind with, but is there much reason to? Like, I don't think there's much reason to gain standing with the Ravenholt. At least not if certainly not if you're not a rogue. But I don't remember if Ravenholt provides even much benefit to rogues. I'm thinking of going back here and going to Duskwood. I can do the quests there. I'm still asocial, damn it. I'm not. Well, no, asocial's too strong a word. I'm an introvert. Let's go with that. That sounds nicer. I'm still an introvert, damn it. I'm doing my best to be. I'm doing my best here. nice. That's an extra 2 gold. Oh yeah, I also got postal going. So that means well, not only will tell us how many more mails to be shown, but we'll also get a track of how much money I've made. Which is not much.
Well met. Go on.
There's also apparently a new manga out. It's a Joker manga. I've seen one person make a crack that it's the most in-character Joker there's been in years. He's fighting Batman and throws him into a vat of chemicals. I've heard 2 different versions of it. One was that it's a vat of chemicals, and it's a different vat. Another is that it's the same vat Joker got thrown into, but he throws him into a vat of chemicals, maybe like the Joker got thrown into one. But when Bats comes out, he's a fucking baby. And Joker is distraught. The Dark Knight is a child now. He's just a random kid. And he's just like, I have to raise him. I have to make him Batman again. Like, he sees no point in corrupting Child Bruce. He sees 0 point in corrupting Child Bruce. Because it's just a fucking random kid. What's the phrasing again? He sees no point in corrupting Child Bruce because he wants to break the Do-Gooder Knight. He wants to break the Dark Knight. He wants to corrupt the Bat. Or kill the Bat. Killing Kid Bruce? No. Fuck that. It's just a kid. So he cleans up. He takes off the Joker makeup. He's wearing a suit. He looks kind of off, but he looks semi-presentable. He looks semi-presentable, and he also breaks it off with Harley. Because, not great to have around, but apparently he does bring her into it because he needs single dad raising a kid. It wasn't get the best of looks at childcare. So he brings her in, but she's not really with the program. She's still wearing her fucking Harlequin getup. At the fucking teacher meeting. But that's Harley. She was always a step behind Joker on whatever he was doing. From what I remember. So yeah, it seems interesting. It seems fun. It's just going to be a 3-issue run. I should be able to do this thing solo. During the day tomorrow, I'll see if anyone's up for doing either incursions or okay, it is just a little further over. Incursions or is it? I feel it's this way. Yeah, I'll see if Adam's up for doing Incursions or Scarlet Monastery. Yep, this is the pot. I'm gonna give Incursions a shot here myself, though I don't think I have too much time to do it. I haven't had dinner yet. Yes, I know it's 9:15, but we normally have late dinners. It's a sin we've been committing. I believe I read that already. Hmm.
I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet.
Still lack
Isn't ready yet.
AoE.
It's too far away.
Wow, they drop silk. La-di-da.
It's too far away. That's still the choice.
Do we really want to eat the Impling's mutton chop?
I need to get closer. I can't cast that.
Apparently there's a soccer match going on.
That spell isn't ready yet. It's too far away. It's too far away.
Oh, there's people already in here. Cold iron deposit. This is something I don't know anything about. Cold iron is something that turns up a lot in fiction about like being like fairy weaknesses or something. Ephemeral and unstable. It's a conjured item. Phantom flowers. nightmare. Where the frig is she? Okay, I'm gonna look this up because it's pissing me off. There she is.
Goddess bless you. Ishnu Dalbir.
Okay, that quest log is annoying because I want to read fucking
I
everything.
am honored.
Obviously, it's needed for when you're doing it, but when I'm soloing it, I don't need it. Writing on the blade.
What brings you here?
It's about time someone got here. Swarming with demons. Here, take my field report back to Field Captain Palander.
Go in peace.
Oh, I thought that could be read, but no. That's just made by Gorge, then Ann knows. You have the report? Thank you, Gorge. Based on the intelligence you've recovered, I have this follow-up mission for you. Thank you for your help. All your help. Deputize authorization, Duskwood mission 12. Deputize the party members, sharing this quest with them so they complete it with you. This match will self-destruct when you accept it. The field captain will disavow all knowledge of your actions. While the demons disrupt us here, the Emerald Dream is quickly being corrupted into a nightmare. Quick, travel through the Emerald Dream portal in Twilight Grove and collect dream-touched dragon scales from Dragonkin within Nightmare Incursions. And harness this magic to reverse damage. Need assistance of a Skinner. Oh. So I just can't do it. So much for soloing it. I remember hearing that you could, but... I suppose you can if you were a Skinner. Okay, I can just get the field report again. Alright, we'll make our way back to the flight point and we will travel to somewhere. I guess just back to the burning steeps. Searing Gorge. But yeah, I'll ask tomorrow if anyone's up for Incursions or Scarlet Monastery. Can I be honest? I'm awkward about even asking in guild. It's nothing against the guild. I'm just, you know, I'm not a very social person. I'm just very nervous in talking to people in general. Oh, you've heard the banter and jokes I can have with Mom, but even then, I get tongue-tied and nervous even in talking with her. It's a me thing, you know?
Can I help you?
God, no, there's not enough help in the...
Have a good one.
There's not enough help out there, Fight Master. But, I'm stiff. Yeah. I'll try and ask tomorrow about it. Where was I going with that? Yeah, I'm nervous in just joining a group with randos and actually having to be like, hey, invite me, I want to do this. It's awkward. So it's a little less awkward to ask guildies, but even then, I'm still nervous in talking to people. So I may do videos and talk here, but I'm basically talking to the wall. I'm staring at my monitor, talking to myself. I talk as if I'm chatting with friends. You know, that's different to talking to an actual other person. So, Volchan. Okay, Volchan does not spawn there. Calm down. There may also be value in getting Timber Mall Hold rep, because they are an endgame rep group, but I don't know if they provide any blacksmithing recipes. Warcraft Chronicles of the Second War is something that's making me very interested in doing in getting Warcraft 3 forged. It's a serious custom campaign, like goddamn. I'm not sure. I think that someone put up a post there about the boys. Oh, you can see the Blackwing Lair bit from here. How should I articulate the boys thing? I'm not sure how much the meme is to be believed. Basically, it's implying a double standard, apparently outright in an interview. Um, Female character sexually assaulted by childhood hero. Treat it seriously. Dude sexually assaulted by childhood hero. Point and laugh. Wonder if that's accurate to the source material or what. Or, in which case, that's just how the work is. But apparently, if the lines they put to it, they look like they were taken from an article, like an interview. In which case, it's the guy, whether they... How should I articulate it? Like, there's fucked up shit that happen in things. Oh. Velark the Deceiver, the Legion of Blackrock comes, dwarflings. We shall scorch the earth and set fire to the heavens. None shall survive. So, yeah, fucked up shit happens in things, and it's not necessarily representative. It's not necessarily representative of the writer's personal beliefs. Like, rape happens plenty in Game of Thrones, and I'm sure George R. R. Martin, doesn't think rape is a moral good. I'm sure of it. But judging by what they used, it's not that it just fit the story and whatnot. It's the story we want to tell. It's just like, oh, guy got assaulted. That's hilarious. It's just like now you sound like a freak. There's always that weird double standard towards that. Huh? He's gone. Weird. So... Okay, what's the quest that gives the better gloves? I think the pants I have are probably better. That's kind of nice. Just like inherent bonus mana regen. It's like a mini Blessing of Wisdom, just inherent. Okay, I have to kill the war golems, and then I get that. And it's probably a major step up over what I have. Like when I was saying, it's like you may write a story and it's what's in it may not necessarily represent what you personally believe. Like, some people use what they write as a vehicle for their personal beliefs. And so, like, you read their book, and it's you are actually learning about the person who wrote it, because you know it's their they're writing it from what they agree with. Okay, the thing is kind of glitching here. Am I lagging? But anyway, yeah, you read a book and it's centered on their personal opinions, beliefs, viewpoints. Like, this one character is portrayed as evil because they did this one thing. You may not view that character as evil, but the author sure did, and that influences the work.
That's still recharging. That spell. I can't cast that yet.
Ooh. You know, character does something terrible to you, but the other fucking, doesn't see it as a bad thing, and it influences the work. Ooh, nice. I just killed him to kill him, but that did complete a quest. Actually, I should focus on the golems. I was thinking of just killing randomly, but
That spell is
I want that.
still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
But,
That's still recharging.
a character does X, Y, and Z, and affected by the writer's opinions and beliefs,
That spell isn't ready yet.
like, just because someone writes a book, it doesn't necessarily mean they're showing you what they personally think and believe. Just because someone writes a book, but depending on the author and depending on what they're writing, it can come true. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just because someone writes a thing in a story or writes it a certain way doesn't necessarily mean they even agree with that. But if they say it in an interview, then, well, clearly they do. Unless they're lying. But in that case, fuck them. The interview is not really a place for creative writing. At the very least, it's not its intended purpose. So, I think I was coherent there. Basically, just because someone writes something doesn't necessarily mean it's their personal beliefs. Certainly, sometimes their personal beliefs can seep through into that work, influencing character reactions. Like, I'm trying to write my own thing, and my OCD keeps coming through in the "this is fucking disgusting" character, and I'm like just thinking, how would anyone else react other than this, which is influenced by my OCD? Like, cleaning themselves down. I think someone just mined there, which means I'm competing. But, how... So, yeah. So, basically, someone could write something and it could have a bit of them coming true in it, but it's not necessarily the case. So they could write something that they entirely disagree with and dislike. They're just that adaptive of a writer. They're just that flexible. It's commendable. But if you're then sitting in an interview and saying stuff, then that's a different matter. That's you talking as yourself, unless you're, for whatever reason, playing a role or a character. Or just reading the lines fed to you by your boss. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll be the last to insist that like you wrote something, you must think like that. But like certainly what you write can come true in your writing. No, sorry, what you believe can come true in your writing. But it's not necessarily the case. Like, people can write against themselves, but if you're saying shit in an interview, then that's kind of a different matter. Legs. So yeah, it's just like in one thing, it seemed like they were posting two interview answers from the same guy. One was like, "Oh, you know, this is a sensitive topic. We have to handle it seriously," and the other was, "Oh, that's a dark way of putting it. We found it hilarious." And it's just from a guy getting sexually assaulted to a chick. Well, a chick being sexually assaulted to a guy. I don't get that. It's terrible either way, you know?
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast it yet. That spell isn't ready. That's still charging.
Nice. I think food actually might be done. Okay, for some reason tracking ain't working. Oh, okay, maybe we'll... whatever. Yeah, I think food is going well. But anyway, people are going on a Nomergan run. I'd love to go, but, you know, dinner's literally done. I'll be gone a while. But, I'll just log off up here. Best to be safe. But yeah, hopefully my point there was coherent. Just simply, like, what you write doesn't necessarily, you know, like, you write X doesn't necessarily mean agree with X. People write a lot of what they disagree with. You can write what they disagree with. but you write what you personally believe can come true, and then other people write what they believe in deliberately in their work. Like, they may agree with X, Y, and Z, and then X, Y, and Z is positive traits in that work. Like, didn't, like, Harry Potter over... Like, as the books went on, they tried to get more darker and more mature, but they kind of glanced over the whole... Voldemort's mom mind-controlled the guy into loving her, and had her way with him multiple times. If only she had lived, he wouldn't have gone evil. No, he would have just been the world's most prolific date rapist. Taking after good old mom. So, maybe they didn't want to get into that heavy of a topic, but... God, just like looking back on that, it's just like, well, that's awkward implications. But, that's unfair. But yeah, just because you write something doesn't necessarily mean you agree with it. Certainly you can write stuff and it's just like, ooh, didn't notice the implications there. That's awkward. You know. It's... So yeah, if you write something, you don't necessarily agree with it. Sometimes people's beliefs can come true though, or maybe it's simply an accidental implication. It's something you didn't... You know, like, you can only look at so many facets of a thing. Maybe you missed one, you know? It's all perfectly possible. So, but then if you come out and speak your opinion in an interview, then that's a different thing entirely. You're saying what you think directly in an interview, and then it becomes weird, you know? But anyway, hopefully I was all coherent there. I just remembered that Harry Potter thing, and it was just like, God, you know, that puts an awkward thing to it all. I know people have been hating on Harry Potter for other reasons, but I'm not getting into that. That's apparently a line in it. I saw someone talking about it online, and I confirmed it with a friend. As I don't know where my copies are. I have some first editions floating around here somewhere. But yeah, I confirmed it with a friend. Apparently he'd been doing a reread at the time, and he's like, yeah, that line's in there. And it's just like, it's just like, you know, Dumbledore, you're meant to be the good guy here. Why are you overlooking the fact that she raped a dude? But that bit's neither here nor there. Just as I was talking, I remembered it, and I was just like, God, like, fucking damn, I missed that the first time through. I just was following what the characters were saying without thinking deeper on it. It was just like, okay, they said X, Y, and Z, moving on. So I just went completely over my head. But then again, I would have been like, what, 12 when it came out? I don't know, 15 maybe? I wasn't thinking of rape. So... But, I don't remember what age I would have been. And I remember sitting up, Mum was asleep in the other room, and I was just like reading it to myself. Now that I would have been up at Nan's at that time, I think. At least in that memory I was, but I don't know if that was the last book or not. I don't know where I was at that time. I don't even remember when it came out. If I knew that, then I could track it down, but yeah. But yeah, hopefully that was all coherent. Basically, people's personal opinions can come true in their writing, but it's not necessarily the case. People could write the exact opposite of what they personally think. It's just the story that they're telling, or the story they've been hired to tell. Perfectly possible to do. There's also possibilities of awkward implications, awkward unintended implications, only looking at so many facets, and they end up writing something awkward. That's not necessarily reflect on them at all. It's just they missed a detail and it ended up having an awkward implication, like probably the case in the Harry Potter thing. Probably. I've just seen so many people dismissing, like, oh, a chick raped a guy? Like, Like, apparently that's not against the law in England. The law is styled male on female, and that's it. It's not against the law there in England, so. But yeah, sometimes bits of people can come true, but it's not a guarantee. Just because someone wrote something doesn't necessarily mean they think that way. It could just be the story they're telling, or unintended implications. But if someone comes out in an interview and starts saying shit, then they're saying shit and putting it under their own name, you know? Which is apparently what happened in the boys' case. Though I'm not sure if it's the person off the show or the original, like, writer. I don't know who the guy in the picture was. Hopefully further context will be posted. I can only hope. But anyway, I'm going to stop here as I do smell food and it could very well be done. It's pinned at being an hour. It was going to take an hour. So it's an hour 20 at this point, so probably should get a move on. Another good set. Wasn't stopping and starting. It was a committed effort on my part. I stop and start so much. I've gone past like 20. It was like 12 passes Z once. And you should see this series. Clicked on the wrong one. That's XSplit 2, not XSplit 1. Well, XSplit. Part 51 is... Session 51 of this is 16 items. Part 49 is 11. Part 48 is 15. And so many of them are going down to, like, L. So part 46 is. Part 44 went down to M. 42 went down to I. 39 went down to F. So, you know, each one I have to listen to the end of it and at least 30 seconds to a minute and see what I need to cut. If anything. It might be fine. But, so having a long set that I don't need to cut is such a beautiful thing. Because I can just slot it in, move on to the next one, slot it in, move on to the next one. And then just cut it up and that's all I have to deal with it. I don't have to do anything grandiose. It's a fucking beautiful thing. I'm gonna head. Because I'm just getting too into talking here. Today's been a good day. And I remember I mentioned earlier in a previous episode I had to deal with a job today and it could go poorly. It went well. A little awkward, but it went well. It didn't go nearly as bad as I was expecting. It could have gone terribly, but it didn't. Thumbs up. So, talk to you soon.